TCL XCOD sweepstakes. For each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners. And thus far, we have 3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though. Was it the train? Did we get the train?
I hope so.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. Oh, we got
Scavenger contract. We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, yeah, that was that.
Yeah, the pistol.
For some reason in my head, I thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did too.
That would be legendary.
If that happened and we don't know, I need to see the highlights. So
yes.
I'll be busy later.
That would be the first ever. It would actually be kind of cool. But there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lottie, and Nameless, as well as Alley Cat, for their thoughts on live gameplay for Warzone. What you got for us, guys? What you think?
Choo-choo! All aboard the new train. That's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with this with you guys prior to we got on camera. It was like, are we going to drop train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop? It's going to be an amazing experience. Like, we're going to be able to finish on train. We're going to be able to rotate using the train. Francis Borgia is going to be out there well excited with the camera on his face because of the train. It's a big day for COD.
All right, audience, if you want the freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles.
The freest.
But I do want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual, like, train, like you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card. But now I'm seeing EMD, the train track. So I'm guessing you throw the EMD, you can stop the whole train. So forget about the stop and the drive. I'm going to be sitting in a bush next to the train track. Like, all right, Miles, you want to rotate to another side of the map? Well, you got another thing coming.
Oh, my train, my precious train. I have to give it a cool name. But yeah, really, really fun. I mean, like we've seen change after change when it comes to Warzone over the years. This one sort of feels, again, like movement's back. Everyone's super excited about that. Guns look really fun. With the increase in health, fights feel a little longer, you know?
That's the big thing, right? It's the quality of life, the presence that the game now has. And do you know what I've absolutely loved about Raven and the team up as well? Is the fact that they have not been afraid to bring things back, to bring things back that the community wants, and I think that is just incredible. They're listening and they care, and that is definitely coming across the screen. So for me, I think, you know, things like the red dots that we're seeing on the map, you know, unsuppressed fire. We're seeing also just small things like the blue plates that are also happening in the HUD, and it's minor things that make such a big difference to, I think, the community that grind Warzone. It is their life, it is their careers, many of them in this room right now. It's massive, and it's really exciting to see.
Also, the quality of life upgrades. You know, we heard them talking about the unique perks that we're going to have in Warzone. Like, the Shrouded is massive, right? You drop a smoke when you get knocked. We already do that in Warzone. We throw a smoke at our teammates. Sometimes you don't have one. Now that it's going to be an actual perk that you can grab, huge. Also, when you start to get shot, you talk about the health now, which is great, having 150 health. Well, now when you get shot, you move faster. So not only do you have that extra health to survive and evade enemies, you also have the faster movement with MW3 that they're bringing, and a perk that even allows you to get faster, because we know there are some players, come from myself, who's a bit more competitive. You like to get, you know, a little bit more aggressive and get in those 1v4 situations. You have the ability to do that, and it's all up to the player, which is great.
There is one more perk which wasn't brought up by Ted, but Irradiated, which has got something to do with how you interact with the gas, but more on that later. Ha ha ha. Like, plenty more cool changes though. I mean, like, we've seen different field upgrades, we've seen different, you know, kill streaks, the Guardian being involved as well. I mean, that's something that I think Black Ops 4 players remember a little differently. This one doesn't kill you though, this just slows you down. It's like a gigantic stun grenade spotlight.
Put it in a doorway, Miles.
Put it in a doorway, but the range on that bad boy is crazy. Look, if that thing's good enough to slow down the Incredible Hulk, it's good enough for COD. That's all I'm saying.
It certainly is indeed. I've just got to say that I'm so excited to see how our creators, our streamers, the community react to this, especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about. And Ali, looking across Warzone right now and the way that Warzone has been pushed forward, not only in terms of the map, and, you know, a lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss it, the nostalgia coming forward, I think, from Urzikstan really does kind of give that reminiscence of Verdansk in terms of the way it looks and feels, the openness. We also have moments and places like Superstore, etc. There are drops there for everyone who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
Yeah, and I think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that, like, it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better and small changes are being made for quality of life. And like you said, this does feel very reminiscent of Verdansk, but it has all the great changes like the guns, the blue guns on the ground. And we just saw a UI change, like the gas mask actually being on your face the entire time and you can see it on your screen. I will tell you right now, I'm somebody who has really bad object permanence. I would always forget that I'd have a gas mask. So now that it's like actually on your vision as well, so like it's a great reminder. Just really small things like that that can really change a game.
That's something that I think community members have been asking for, the amount of times players enter gas or whatever. A few more really nice quality of life changes. No matter what your loadout is, you'll see on screen right now, if you're in the water, you have a pistol no matter what. Whatever your loadout is, whether it's 2 primary weapons, or you've got a melee, whatever it may be, there is a pistol at the ready when you do go underwater. Same for all the ladders as well. So that element of gameplay, I know. Dude, the first time I had a circle out in the ocean in Al Mazrah, I dropped like a 12 kill spree because no one could get close. I was running around with a gulag pistol and it really worked. That is not the case anymore. Awesome quality of life change, whether it's gas masks, whether it's pistols. We're really just starting to learn our way around this place, and Sledge and the crew at Raven, great job in bringing all that to life.
And you know what? You talked about the gulag there. The gulag looks great.
Oh, my God.
I'm a big fan of, I know everybody likes different gulags that we've had throughout the years, but I'm a big fan of, like, let's just get into a gunfight. I see 2 walls in the middle. Let's just get into the gunfight, and better man gets out of the gulag. And we also see that they have the rope, the Ascender, where you can just jump on the rope and get on out. A couple different strategies you could employ. Wait for the person to hop in the Ascender and just shoot him as he tries to escape. But yeah, man, Warzone this year, it looks phenomenal. It feels like the answer to the call of the community. Everybody's just been wanting faster movement, you know, some of these new perks and being able to play it your own way. And I think a lot of the creators in here are having a blast getting into this new map.
It's just really fun as well to see different variants of the gulag, whether it's night operation one where, you know, you come in with an MVG, not that it's going to be that common. The idea that there's a cash gulag where there's money all over the place. I mean,
yeah,
I'm one of those players, I know a lot of my friends are, where you see it, you grab it, and that's going to encourage the loot. But there is a massive danger. We just saw one of our streamers leave the gulag with like 6.5K.
Your teammate's
That's insane. You can buy the
Crazy.
teammate back. That is a game-changing moment. That changes the way Warzone plays. And we want a little bit of random. You don't want this to be that predictable. The one thing you do want to be predictable is how efficiently you can take down your opponents.
Yes.
And that's been so nice to see. Headshot indicators now, when you see you got a double X on the hit marker. You know you're dealing damage to a head. The limb damage has all been uniformed across the board. So you're going to get a much stronger and more, you know, predictable feel of how my weapon performs, how my attachments perform with that weapon, and how I can employ that to the best of my ability and the best of the situation I'm in. It's just really nice, man. The last thing you want to be doing is guessing in a game like this.
And I think, exactly, Miles, and I think something that may have went over a lot of people's heads when they were talking about it was the evasion in this version of Warzone is going to be way better than before. We talked about that perk, but also the horizontal zip lines. I mean, that's massive. They've had big upgrades to quality of life in terms of trying to get in fights and evade over the last years. Like we had the PRD where you can go up and redeploy yourself and fly away. I think all those things are going to be coming back, but now you also have the ability to hop in these horizontal zip lines that they've placed throughout the map. So, you know, if you get into a fight that maybe is pretty far out of the circle, you can take your time, finish that fight, and then strategically use those zip lines to get back towards circles. So I think that that's something, you know, it just piqued my interest in the way that I like to play the game.
You're talking about evasion as well, and for me, you know, going back to small things like the gas mask, you can now put the gas mask on, toggle it with tear gas. I mean, there's
Changes a
ways
lot.
to make sure that you can survive. The survivability is so, so big. You know, no more wafting in front of the face. The gas mask will go on, and you are able to evade enemies and try and counter things that are coming away, because that's all that Warzone's about, right? It's being aggressive, but also countering pushes that are happening from left, right, and center.
I think a big point is like the controlled chaos in Warzone. That was something that always really stood out to me, is like it's really chaotic. You don't know where the gas is going to be, where you land changes a lot of the time. The loot that's on the ground is, you know, pretty different most of the time. It's very unpredictable in that sense, but there's those predictabilities of having a horizontal zip line now, like knowing about the rotations. It's those little small things that you can control. And something I really, really enjoy is the fact that I feel like obviously most people's goal early game is to get your loadout drop, right? But again, with the amount of loot, I feel like there's a lot more loot on the ground as we've been watching gameplay. But again, the gun quality of life, the attachments and stuff, maybe not try prioritizing the loadout so much as getting to a certain stronghold or getting somewhere else on the map.
We're seeing Swag here with the MCR, and that's a single attachment on the weapon, and he's looking fantastic with that thing already. A lot of players have been talking about this. We saw Shotzi, there was a clip on Twitter not too long ago, or X.com, whatever it's called these days, talking about how auto-aim feels like it's been slightly reduced in this game. It's a little harder at certain ranges to land very, very accurate shots. That's really nice, man. I mean, that changes the way the game plays. More health, harder to shoot. the better you are, the better you're going to play, essentially.
Yeah, and you add that with that movement, I mean, there's going to be a decent skill gap, obviously, right? And I think that's phenomenal. And like you said, we're watching Swag here. These are the guys that we're going to be learning from. You know, these creators that are in here figuring things out, what's going to be the meta, what people are using. And right now, he's rocking that MCR, and he is beaming. You said he only has one attachment on here. Gonna get knocked, but I mean, that thing
That
is
was a caster curse.
laser. I mean, he was beaming, though.
He was booming indeed. And you see him get knocked down and potentially might do here as well. No, he does manage to get his teammates. He's going to be in the gulag. But I will say, when you are down, you do also have extra health now as well. There has not only just been health added into in general, but when you are knocked down, there is that, again, survivability. Your teammates can make plays around you.
Well, stop
and try to get
thirsting
you
me.
up.
Yeah, stop. I mean,
Exactly.
everyone needs a drink out there in Al Mazrah,
I'm
but
still
they're
gonna do it.
so very, very thirsty.
hate
Out here in Kazakhstan, it's a little different. We got a fun one, though. This is Optic Blake going up against Swag in the Gulag.
Who you got?
I got Blake. I got Swag. Come on, Blake.
I think I got Blake.
Come on, Blake.
Yes.
He's gonna send out.
If it was a sniper, I'd pick Blake.
That's my boy.
Oh, there it is.
That's my
TST.
boy.
You can't ever doubt Blake. Come on.
He had to deal 10 bullets, deal 250 damage there. So you're seeing like full plates when it comes to, you know, like the amount of health and lot. As you said, when you go down, I had the pleasure of downing an opponent in Warzone. I took a sniper rifle to the head. They didn't, I couldn't thirst them quickly enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is just going to change the way the game plays. I would love to see any, I mean, this is something that more folks out there are going to know, how throwing knives impact. Because we saw that was the absolute way to play Warzone.
Really was the
Down
meta.
players,
Throwing knife, I'm out.
immediately recover that bad boy, get out and get on
Hope
to the
it's
next
still
target.
a one tap, man. I need it to be a one tap.
Why? No.
I like that. You know,
that's not
just running
fun.
around and I'm out. Yeah, we're seeing different areas of the map. You know, they talked about, I think it was Old and Newtown. I think is what it was called. They look
It's a night
absolutely
vision gulag.
fantastic.
Going dog.
It's a night.
Oh, he's out. Oh, ciao, peace. He's gone.
That was incredible.
That is a solo YOLO champion. That man knows pressure is nothing. Look at that. How fun was that? Dude, the night vision looks good.
Low town.
My boy was out there. All sorts of good fun happening here. And again, look how dense the map is. That is a ton of buildings, though. I mean, you know what I did see, though? Even in the largest of buildings, not a huge amount of stairwells. That was a real pain point for many, many players. Between the horizontal, vertical zip lines, redeployment balloons, you name it. There are so many ways to traverse this colossal landscape.
And you know what else I see, Miles? I see a lot of rooftops. I see a lot of rooftops for those snipers. So even though that like there are denser areas, which might make it slightly more difficult, there's still plenty of opportunities for those crazy clips.
But you know what, Allie? I can just take one of those cranes and I can fly
Yeah.
right down to the rooftop. Seems like they have a decent amount of those placed around the map as well. We saw one on this screen right behind them. And, you know, obviously rooftops, there's some campers who like to sit up there, but there's ways that you can get up there and take them out now pretty nicely.
Yeah, and the drones as well. You can also get a drone in the sky and literally take the line right up there and try and get on a rooftop or try and counter a little bit yourself or fly away and evade, which is probably what I would be doing.
So we're still within the TCL Power Hour, looking to see if any more of those sort of the bingo card moments happen. Haven't seen anyone get a breacher drone elimination out,
Oh, come on.
which is actually crazy because it's, I mean, from our experience, especially multiplayer, very easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all standing messing with movement. I came in, remember, I threw the
Oh
breacher
my-
drone, 3-piece, like that thing is
Yeah,
crazy.
that was me.
On the,
I was also a
on the
part of
bingo
that
card,
obliterated
I
squad.
don't know if you guys saw, but there's also, somebody has to get a Guardian kill. No, it's a Guardian SC
Yeah, like an
elimination.
opponent who's affected by the
Yeah,
Guardian.
just kill him, yeah.
Oh, it does look like this might be a Juggernaut suit.
Oh, yeah.
We are
It
miniguns
certainly
at
looks
bay.
like it, 'cause
He's
that
moving
minigun
fast.
is,
Boy, schmooving. I told you, you'll be schmooving like you've never schmooved before, COD fans, in this game. Everyone's very, you know, nimble on their feet, a lot of twinkle toes, and you can even dress for the occasion and put on even slicker shoes to improve movement, improve speed, strafe speed, how quiet you are, you name it. Dress for the occasion, COD fans. It's time to dress up and have a good time.
Certainly is indeed. I gotta say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just in terms of just the style. You know, we heard actually Ted talk about the way that it looks, and it's all kind of part of a bigger picture, looking a little bit like Al Mazrah at times. We also have Verdansk as well coming through, but I think the colors are just in perfect balance, so I think it also looks stunning.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks are like, oh, we want to go back to Verdansk, back to Verdansk. Well, you're close enough. Urzikstan is the country where Verdansk was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
You're a
Are we
little
back?
bit
Yeah,
too.
we're back. We're totally back.
You're a lawhead as well, aren't you?
I really am. Like, I read all the signs. I mean, I read the bits of paper. I love all this. I really do, mate.
You know what else is interesting? Obviously, like the perks are named a little bit different in this game. How you have your gear and your vest.
Deadline.
You're going to be able to find the boots in Warzone, obviously, as well. And that is going to shake things up, right? Because that prolonged slide, obviously, in the multiplayer and the arena gameplay, is going to be different. But in Warzone, I mean, you have a lot of different like areas that you have to traverse where that slide could come into play. So I think that that's going to be really interesting when these guys get their hands on it.
As well as the climbing boosts. We haven't
Yeah.
actually seen too much of that, but what that does essentially is it speeds up your mantle ability, and you really do move crazy. I mean, Peter Parker will be climbing the side of some of those buildings and terrify you, Ali.
I share the same last name as him. Does that mean I am also Spider-Man?
Ever been bit by a spider?
Possibly.
Well,
Maybe you might.
I think we would know by now, Ali.
I also beyond that, I wanted to point out the fact that who we were watching, they just did that play that we were talking about earlier, using the zip line
Yep.
to push a team, while another one kind of like just looks over the rest of the teammates making that push. So nice.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Very nice indeed. Well, that's a nice taste of Warzone. I mean, it's been very cool, very, very exciting. But that's going to be it for the Fireside Chat for now. It's back over to the desk, to Golden Boy and Stephanie.
Thank you so much for that. And yeah, always great to hear, you know, the greatest minds in Call of Duty esports talking about a brand new Call of Duty game. What a time to be alive, of course, here. But yeah, and there's still so much more to talk about with Warzone stuff.
So much. We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag. We got an Ascender overtime
That was cool.
win. It was the moment that Ted and I have been waiting for. We've been waiting to see this thing in action.
And you guys are calling it, man.
delivered.
The whole time you're like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
I had my bingo card at the ready. I'm like ready to go.
They're too good. We haven't had a chance to get to the overtime mechanic in the Gulag yet.
It's wild.
It's very exciting. And in total, I'm happy to say, Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 different Gulags.
Yes.
Wow.
With more to come in the season.
With more to come.
We want to make sure that this is an evolutionary part of Warzone. There's great ideas coming from everyone on the team because they're playing with the public event system, being like, oh, but we could do this and we could do this. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it's an exciting new feature for us. And we're back.
Back in the game.
Back in the action here. And
If circle.
you know, one of the things that the chat was talking about, you know, was about quality of life features. We've been really harping on that because it is important, and a lot of the hardcore players care about those things. We actually
He's
saw it
here.
right there, right on
He's
cue.
here. Yeah.
I swear I did not rehearse that. Tell us about the way the backpack works now.
Yeah, this is a personal favorite of the team and mine. Like, we got together and we thought about what do we want the backpack experience to be like for this version of Warzone. And we did, like, the deepest dive, like, literally 3 days. And just all we did was talk about the backpack. And we've got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about, like, one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack. But then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo. And then you have to pick up the ammo and you put whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, we should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots. So you can carry, I think, like, you know, historical Warzone, it was always nice to be the mule.
Yeah.
And, like, you carry ammo and your buddy goes, hey, you got any sniper ammo? And you're like, oh, sure, I've got some. And you can drop it for them. And, like, we just wanted to bring that back. And
You put me out of a job there, man.
but we kept, we kept the backpack because
Yeah.
for us the backpack opened up so many new opportunities, like to be able to carry multiple lethals, multiple kill streaks. So it was like, how can we merge everything we've learned from Warzone over the last few years into like one cohesive.
And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about that, just because, you know, I mean, you
Ease
don't
of
want
management. You don't want to do the inventory
Yes.
management sometimes when,
Yeah.
when you're in combat. You don't have time to stop, pick up your ammo again. And so I think that the backpack experience, you're definitely going to see that that's been refined. But there's some other really interesting tweaks to the UI as well. We obviously added the squad cache widget
Yes.
in the live game, which I
Yep.
think has been really useful. I'm bad at math. I love it. And we're seeing here too, armor plates back to blue.
Big blue.
That's a big one for me. I love that.
It's the little things. I think when people get hands-on of this year of Warzone, I hope that they just love like everything, like the whole package that we're bringing for season 1 and day 1.
Yeah. Speaking of
the whole
things
package.
coming in season 1,
Yeah.
the new package, we're hype for the new map.
Yes.
But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect once Urzikstan launches later this year.
So obviously on launch day, they're going to get the brand new big map experience of
Okay.
Urzikstan. Alongside it, we'll have Vondel,
Bondle!
we'll have a Sheikah,
Stay
Okay.
put.
both have Resurgence, and we'll also have Plunder. Because
Yes.
we know,
I love
we know
Plunder.
there is
Yeah.
that core group. who
I
just
always
love
lose, but I
Plunder.
love it.
It's all about that money, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
About that
clearly
cash.
getting that money. No,
Straight cash, homie.
No, that is awesome. So more experiences, more different, more variety
Yes.
of ways for people to be able
We've
to play
got so
Warzone.
many different players, and they all play for so many different reasons. It was like, what can be the best version of Warzone on day one? It was like, that's the package.
Awesome. So we got a really interesting preview there of maps and modes coming to Warzone when Season 1 launches later this year. And that includes, as you said, Vondel and Ashika Island staying put for Resurgence, Plunder Day 1, and obviously the new big map in Urzikstan. But Ted, I'm curious, as I'm sure many of the people behind me are here today, Warzone ranked.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, what's up with,
You
what's
said
up
it.
with ranked in Warzone?
So all year long, we've had a great partnership with Treyarch. I think since we launched in Season 3 Reloaded, the feedback has just been incredible. It's been such a great experience to see people jump in.
Of course.
And we know that going into this new year of Warzone, we just want some time to kind of digest that initial feedback and that initial...
Let the map live.
Let it breathe. Let everything breathe,
All the
right?
systems, all the things.
Exactly. So we're excited to say that in early 2024, again, working with Treyarch, we're going to bring a brand new ranked experience into Warzone.
Nice.
But apart from that, lips are sealed.
I was going to try. I was going
No,
to try and pull a
you can
Stephanie
try.
and see what else I could get out
Maybe
of
at
it.
the
I really like
yeah,
to dig
maybe
in
after
there
You
for
really
that
do.
second.
I'm sure a lot of people are over the moon about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually catching up with TP yesterday, and he was telling me like how much like ranked Warzone has like helped, you know, to like really give him more things to do in the game, right? Because, you know, when you're a competitive guy, you just like to get sweaty and play some ranked games.
Like
right?
my buddies and I, who I play with back home in the UK, like when we play, it's like just that constant. Let's get to gold. Let's get to plat. Let's get to diamond.
Yeah,
and
the
like
climb.
just push
Yeah,
it.
I'm
and it's for
iridescent,
everyone.
so I don't have to deal with
yeah,
that.
I'm actually top 250, but
Okay, yeah, we got a
It's a
couple
brag,
braggers
yeah.
over here. All right. Me, I'm dying on the train.
bottom
You know?
250.
You packing all my ammo mule. I'm out here with a couple gods, and I'm just getting finessed out in the streets. Hate to see it. No, that is excellent, and I think that for a lot of people who really cherish that hyper competitive experience, you know, that's around the corner.
yeah.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
I love some rooftop gameplay, and I'm
Oh,
getting a good taste
The
of it here.
vibes.
I
Getting
think
vibes here.
I referenced your vibes on the broadcast earlier. I
Did
don't
you?
know if you heard it.
I didn't
said
hear
it.
it.
I said,
Amazing.
oh,
Back in the gulag.
Back in the
It's
gulag.
locked and loaded, I think. Is it locked and loaded? I can't tell.
I see one attachment,
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
not locked and loaded.
Sad. Sad face. It's one of my favorites. So for anyone who doesn't know, locked and loaded is you start with a fully loaded AR, fully loaded SMG, full armor,
Full armor.
which
So
is
it's
great for regame.
true 1v1. You keep the weapons.
Keep it all and you
keep
go
the
back into the
armor
map with it.
after if you win the gulag.
Yes.
Absolutely
Or
wild.
when you win. Steph.
When you win.
When
When, yeah.
Specifically.
Okay. Yes, I always win, so I win my ones. It be like that.
That is awesome stuff. But I also, you know, with so much that has been shared, I can't help but feel like maybe there's just one more thing.
There's always one more.
Is there
thing.
one more thing? I knew I was on the money with this stuff. There had to be one more thing.
There's always one more thing.
What do we have?
I am excited to ask Ted, you know, before we let you go, is there anything else we should really know about 2024?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to have this opportunity and for me to speak on behalf of Raven and the whole Warzone team. And I've said it already, you know, our goal is to make 2024 the best year of Warzone. So when we sat down, I thought about it, it's like, how do we deliver that to our players? So I'm
We're
really
delivering it to them in an encrypted
Yes.
message.
So
It's
next
true.
year we'll be adding Fortune's Keep to the Resurgence map rotation. It's back.
It's back. Fortune's Keep will return in early 2024, but that's not it, Ted. I see something else hiding here.
So the best part of this, by the way, is no one here knows. Okay.
Okay.
So after the one more thing, if that wasn't enough, we have Rebirth Island
Wow.
to satisfy a
Rebirth
dedicated community.
Island back in Call of Duty in the Resurgence rotation, coming later after Fortune's
yeah.
Keep,
So-
later in the year
So
in
early next
2024.
year, we'll have Fortune's Keep. Just following, we'll have Rebirth Island, and I'd love to just give such a big shout out to our partners and friends at Hyman Studios and Beanox, because without them, those maps would not be possible. So big kudos to those guys.
I am hype. I think the community is hype. We know they have been itching to have their hands on Rebirth Island. And speaking of Rebirth Island, I think we're going to hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That seems exciting.
It's a mic drop.
Yeah,
I
no, it
just
really
can't drop
is.
the headset.
I know
That'd
you
be
can't.
weird.
You can't
Yeah.
drop the mic
Does
because
this flip? Can I flip?
No, we still have one more thing to do. A few more things to do, but oh wow. Well, firstly, you know, I want to thank you for
Thank you.
that. But first, before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay, so a little.
We're still at 3.
We're still at 3. Wait. 4.
4?
Ah, okay.
The buyback on the
the
drivable
buyback on
train.
the train. There is, of course, the buy station on the train, almost like that movable POI.
I'm shocked
So
we
it's
didn't get a
little-
breacher drone elimination. That just seemed like a gimme.
gimme.
you
Yeah,
know?
it really did.
And the big game bounty, you'd have thought like someone would hear
Yeah.
it.
No.
But you know what? It's all new gameplay. This is the first time everybody's
They're all
seeing
discovering
this
it for
in
the
room.
first time.
They're learning it for this first time, and so are the folks at home, and so more to come.
Yeah, that's right. Well, of course, we want to thank you all for playing along. And as a reminder, for each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what, I counted 4? I think it was 4
There was
spots.
4, yeah.
So there you go. Look at that there. And that's going to be picked from all eligible entries for a total of up to 9 winners. Now, of course, to enter, make sure you tweet using the hashtags CODNext as well as hashtag TCLX Sweepstakes. Once again, TCLX Sweepstakes. It's very, very important to include that hashtag. Good luck to everyone, and I hope you get yourself an awesome TCL TV. But that, of course, was an amazing first look at Urzikstan and what players can expect from Warzone in the future. Ted, before you go, I just want to thank you so much. You know, what I told Kevin Miles earlier, just that passion, all the devs that have come up here, that passion for what you guys do, it bleeds through in everything and the way you talk about it. So thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that love with
and
us,
if I
man.
can say thank you to everyone at Raven Software, every studio that's been contributing this year. We're one big family, and just this is the greatest privilege of my career to be here today with you. So grateful for you as well.
Thank you, Ted. It's awesome.
Yeah, well,
Can't wait to dive in.
We are definitely grateful to have you and all the devs here to talk about this amazing game. It's been such a fun time. But for now, though, let's actually head down to Maven, who's going to put a couple streamers on the spot in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Maven, who you got?
Thank you so much, Alex. I have Sally as a dog. You know, you're going to be the Urzikstan Reaper. I got a feeling. What are you loving so far on the map?
The movement is great. The sniping looked amazing. I didn't love that I lost my gulag, but everything else was great.
What happened to the Gulag, Sally? Take me through it.
I got absolutely turned down by Smixy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It happens to the best of us. But listen, I know you haven't, you've been someone that's grinded a lot of Warzone. You've taken a step back kind of this year, not putting as much time. Is it feeling just a little bit of hands-on? Like, is the grind coming back? Are you going to be carrying myself and Merc on the map?
Yeah, I'm definitely down to carry you and Joe in my backpack. It's large. It's basically a duffel bag anytime, yeah.
So what did you get hands-on with? Did you, outside the Gulag, lost a little bit of time with the sniper? A little time with the AR? Like, what were you feeling the best of there? What's Sally as a dog's like go-to repertoire?
So I picked up a sniper, dropped it, regretted it because when I died, I saw Reed Boy just popping heads all over the map. So that's what I'm going to get back on and try. But yeah, really looking to get going, grind this game out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I haven't like sniped much as I used to. Like in the past, putting in so much time. Now let's take a look. Oh, listen, he's got great legs too. But the chair, look at this thing. It's a Little Caesars hot seat. You were a little bit worried if you were going to actually be able to sit in it. If you were to fit, if it had been tested, you asked me. But how's it feel?
It feels comfortable, ergonomic, and stylish all in one, yeah. No, pizza.
You're looking absolutely fantastic. Hey, Sally, it's been amazing. Excited to see what you're going to do this year. You're one of my favorite content creators. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let's get it over to Shift. I believe he's now with Tommy.
Yeah, Maven, I'm not going to lie. You may want Sally to carry you, but there is no better person in the history of Warzone to carry a duo or a trio than this guy right here. Tommy, first day, hands on the game, initial thoughts and reactions. Let me have it.
I'm loving it. The movement, the fluidity of it, the visibility of the game, everything's just so much better, and everything that everyone wanted, I feel.
So, again, you were day one, Warzone OG. You played every map, including all the small things. We heard the teases on Fortune's Keep, Rebirth Island. If you were to tell the people at home, though, like, what does this map most feel like compared to other maps in the previous instances, where would you kind of go to?
I feel like from the amount I've played, it's like a throwback to Verdansk, but with improvements. And the size of the map, there's not many dead areas, I'd say it looks like from what I've played so far. Obviously, it's a little early to say too much on it, but I'd say it's a little bit of a throwback.
Fair enough. Final points, what are like your biggest overall takeaways, especially from the competitive side? I know there's people wanting to say, let me get into ranked, let me get back up to those statuses again. Where are you feeling the biggest differences, either mechanically or maybe just aesthetically on the map right now?
I mean, from the mechanics we've got so far, I feel like a lot of the competitive players, pro players, they're going to love it. I mean, they're going to find out their own little ways to move and how to improve the movement on the map. But just off the base, it's so much smoother, nicer. You get around the map much quicker, so it's real good.
Fair enough. Tommy, thanks so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And hey, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on, of course, what they saw with Warzone. But before we come back, we also have the Warzone mobile team. But of course, first, before we jump into all that, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL. Play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We have just witnessed a full hour of all good, brand new Warzone action there on Urzikstan and much, much more. I don't know where to begin. We haven't got too much time to get through this one, guys. So, Lottie, you take it away from me. I'm going to put my microphone down.
I certainly will. Do you know what? I'm just thrilled, to be honest. And I'm sure Ted was on the desk watching some of those interviews with anticipation, thinking, how are they going to feel about it? You know, I've told them all this stuff on the desk, but, you know, how are they feeling about playing it? And I've got to say the reception has been phenomenal so far. And I think none of us are surprised, to be honest. I think with the quality of life updates, things that have been said for so long with the community and it's come through and it's pulled through for them, of course they're going to be happy. But for me, that is a huge, huge dub. And I love to see that for Warzone.
I mean, Lottie, think about it. If we just had the new movement, people would have been happy. We got a brand spanking new map as well. So many new things. And I really appreciate Ted going up there and explaining all that in such good detail because I learned so much about it. You know, got to play it for a little bit and it felt absolutely phenomenal. There's so much we're going to learn as well once we get our hands on it. So Warzone seems to be in a fantastic spot, Allie.
No, really. And I know Golden Boy used the word genuine a lot, and for the devs, especially to feel their passion. I was on Twitter a bit, and let me just say, or X, whatever we're calling it at this point.
Whatever.
But I could feel the excitement from the community seeing it, like genuine, true excitement. And as we heard it in the interviews as well, like to hear it from the creators and pros in Warzone themselves, like it truly looks at its base off of release, like in beta. It's going to be so much fun.
I know, beta's real close as well. I mean, this is the candy shop, and today we are all the kids. Very, very cool stuff. Can't wait. Really can't wait to get into Urzikstan properly. But we've got plenty of stuff to still get through today. So we've got all sorts of cool goodies to give away. We've got lots of news. And for those of you wondering about how you can play MW3, I want to remind everyone again that early access to the multiplayer beta kicks off tomorrow. That is for PlayStation players. Next week for Xbox and PC players. You've seen a ton of great multiplayer content today. Play that and more over the next week. We've got tons of maps, all sorts of goodies. Get involved. It's going to be an absolute blast. Don't forget to check out the Call of Duty blog for more details.
Tons of details to make sure you're listening up to, including the fact that you guys can purchase and pick up Modern Warfare 3 at GameStop and participating international retailers on November 10th to get a GameStop exclusive collectible steelbook while supplies last. See GameStop and participating international retail web pages for promotional offer details.
Woo! Well, we also wanted to mention once again the awesome partnerships between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. If you haven't already seen this, very, very cool collaboration here. Hundreds, they've taken, I mean, look, some of the coolest icons throughout Call of Duty. Ghost is in there now. This is a limited edition collab between Hundreds, and you have a chance to win one of these. There are 50 sets available. Follow at Call of Duty on X/Twitter. Tweet #CodNext and #sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel. Tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set of this awesome lineup. I've been downstairs, I've touched them all, and they're all a delight.
They are looking absolutely incredible. I can see some of you guys running those. They are fresh, to say the least. I don't know. I need to try and talk to some people at the back, use some of my contacts here, because I want to get my hands on that as well. But I've got to say, the day of Call of Duty action, it does not stop here with Call of Duty Next. Immediately following Next will be Code Bowl for you. Have it presented by USAA. Join top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy. 100% of the net proceeds from the tournament will go towards placing more veterans into high-quality jobs.
RAF going back to back? I hope so, ladies and gentlemen. First, though, a quick word from our sponsors. And after that, we send it back down to the desk one more time, this time to Beef Mummy with a very special guest from the Warzone mobile team to give us an update on all things that have been going on with the Warzone mobile world, as well as a very special announcement before we get to kick off that mobile gameplay. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Hello, you beautiful gamers. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. There's a lot of screaming and passion here in the studio, but let's revert back to where we actually started in the first place. 4 years ago, Call of Duty Mobile hit the scene and gave us the first taste of what the Call of Duty experience could look and feel like on a mobile device. To celebrate this anniversary, here is a look back at some highlights from the past 4 years.
That looks sick. Yo, that thing's crazy. I can't believe this skin. On a mobile game?
Man, actual goosebumps right now. But before we start, I just want to introduce the very talented people in my desk right now. We got I Hold Shift right here alongside SVP and co-studio head of mobile, Chris Plummer. Welcome, Chris. How's it going? I've been talking to you for about a year now. The game looks honestly super amazing.
You know, it's hard to believe that it's been 4 years since we launched Call of Duty Mobile. It's been an amazing journey. You know, one that attracted 650 million installs. I mean, more than that. It's actually, if you put it in perspective, it's like taking the entire population of the United States and Western Europe and combining it. It's unbelievable. And we have really our fans around the world to thank for that and for welcoming Call of Duty into their mobile lives. We really appreciate that. As we look into year 4, we're really excited about all the new content coming. We have exciting new seasons. We have all new original content. And really it's going to be exciting to see how players engage with that and we really cement Call of Duty Mobile as always being an important part of the franchise and really cementing it into the future.
And well, speaking of like time in general, right? You were talking about the future, but let's talk about the past for a tiny bit. Just about a year ago, you unveiled a new, but in many ways a really ambitious project in the form of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Walk me in through it. What's been going on in there?
So Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, it's now in limited release in some select markets. And it's really been exciting to see our early adopters get their hands on some of the things we talked about last year, but now proving it out. We're talking about shared progression, cross-progression, shared battle pass with the console and PC titles. You can get all of that on Call of Duty Mobile now, or Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And we've been doing it now since the release of Modern Warfare 2. So it's been really exciting to see that cross-progression playing out in the wild. And we've also been watching the players jump into those 120-player matches against real human opponents. We know humans are more fun to fight against than bots, and it's really been amazing to watch that at scale. And doing it on the legendary Verdansk map. I mean, we all love that map. It's been fun to see that play out. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. We've also gotten a treasure trove of feedback. I mean, we get feedback from our community, from our team members, from influencers. It's been great to see that community feedback come through too. And, you know, we've always been committed to telling our community, you know, what's happening, giving them the latest developments. And I know it's been a while, but we had some things we wanted to say today. So we're glad to be back.
Yeah, Chris, you touch on a lot of different things, and it's always fun to hear the dev team talk specifically about we hear you, we see you, but I need to know more. We'll take a little peek behind the curtain. What are some of the big updates that we should be looking forward to?
Well, first off, the graphics are looking better than ever. Since last year, the game is now rendering at significantly higher fidelity. This is to make sure that you don't miss a single frame of the action. You know, there's more pop, there's more sizzle, there's a lot more fluidity, a lot more detail. And the team was able to pull that off on a significantly lower install footprint. It's actually saving over 6 gigabytes of data on your device, and that's thanks to Warzone Mobile's new caching system. So that's been great. The improvements don't stop there. The team's also been hard at work on a lot of polish and improvements to everything from the way the game plays and feels, the responsiveness, and even the menus so that it flows really well. A great example of that is we now have the Gear Up menu. So from one tap, you can access all of your gear, you know, all your stuff that you earn. It's now right there. You can tweak your loadouts. You can customize all of your weapons in Gunsmith. Gunsmith is also obviously super important. We didn't have that last year. We've got it now. So it really makes it a fully well-rounded experience and makes sure that everything feels just right. And yeah, it's just awesome. You can check it out now.
Now, throughout all of what we just saw, last year you guys came out and revealed Verdansk, but I gotta talk more game modes. I saw Elisilo on there with some domination. What do you guys got cooked up besides Warzone?
Well, you know, it wouldn't be Call of Duty without multiplayer. And so now to complement the Warzone Battle Royale, which is kind of the backbone of the experience, we now have in Warzone Mobile the full multiplayer experience that our plans know and expect. So we're talking about jumping into these really familiar maps for these frenetic battles. You can get in with your friends in and out real quick, or you can play all night long. And we're talking your favorite maps, most recent and familiar maps like, you know, Shoot House and Shipment, and it's all in there right now. And so you, in addition to Battle Royale, you can play MP. We even have the Shoot to Ship playlist, which is perfect for grinding out those camos, regardless of what platform you're on. You might be on the go, on the train, you know, go in, grind a camo out. It's really great.
I mean, definitely when you're talking about that cross progression, that is definitely one thing that we already saw last year in November. We were talking about it before we actually went here on the desk, is a significant part of the game. And now we're seeing all of these features being embellished, being tweaked, really good and polished. But the question on everyone's minds, I got to put you on the hot seat here, Chris. I have to ask, when is Warzone Mobile dropping and available for everyone to play?
Well, we understand that everyone wants to know when Warzone Mobile will be available worldwide, and you know, we hear you. We know that's important. You know, the beauty of our limited release is it's given us a unique opportunity to see the true strengths and opportunities for improvement in the game. And over recent months, we've really discovered some just huge opportunities to make the game even better, and we took full advantage. I think what you will see today is that was time well spent. The game is now massively involved. It is advanced in every way since we showed it last time. And we just really have a few more things we want to polish up before we release around the world in spring of 2024.
So the big thing about this is I know we pre-registered last year when you went through this whole thing, and there are a lot of cool exclusive rewards that came out with that. But the window's still open. People can still register today.
Oh, absolutely. You can still pre-register and pre-order on Google Play and Apple App Stores. If you do that, it helps unlock for the community some exclusive pre-reg rewards, which is awesome. So if you have not pre-ordered yet, get out your phone. You should do it right now. You see the code on the screen. It's free. You got to get in on it because it's been like such a huge reaction. When we first announced our pre-order this event last year, we were the fastest Activision Blizzard or King game to get to 15 million pre-registrations. Super excited. But then tens of millions more players piled in. And believe it or not, the audience has now gotten to this like mind-shattering 45 million pre-registrations So you got to join the 45 million if you're not in it yet, and pre-register for free. And I just want to say, like, on behalf of Beenox, Digital Legends, Activision Shanghai Studio, and Solid State Studios, the entire development team working on this game finds it so motivating to see those pre-order numbers. We want you guys to pile in. It's so motivating for us, and we're just so appreciative, and we thank you all for the feedback and the patience as we approach that worldwide release announcement.
Well, Chris, we have to give you a massive thank you for coming on and kind of just giving us the front-loaded side of everything. But I know that's not it. The theme of the day has been there's always one more thing, or at least one more thing. Anything else kind of close and dear to your heart that you want to share with us today?
As a matter of fact, there's something that we want to disclose today. Yeah, I mean, what's awesome about Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is we really want to have this full experience, and now we have something that's a huge new addition to the offering that's combines sort of the best elements of Warzone Battle Royale with your favorite MP matches and kind of puts those together in one like amazing, combined experience. It's something that's actually really familiar to fans of the franchise. You might even heard a tease about this from the Warzone section earlier today, but we are really excited to bring it to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile now. And so what we'll do is we'll give you a sneak peek of that, and then we'll get in for some hands-on frenetic gameplay action. So we'll take it away.
If you try to have a war, it's a war zone. Never take a loss, it's a lesson. I got more to go. When I'm on, I got you scared straight. If I'm never not out, I'm it's a red gun. Moving here with a big face. If you try to have a war, it's a war zone. Gatekeepers on trying to keep the door closed. Weed on my own trust. Trying to have a war, it's a war zone.
We can't wait to drop in on Rebirth Island, but joining us now are some of the incredible minds behind Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Welcome Beatriz Gonzalez from Digital Legends and Tom Hess from Solid State Studios. Thank you both for being here. I know it has been a long journey for you guys, but I just want to start with you, Tom. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, we're super excited. We've been working on this game for a long time, so excited to see people playing it, and yeah, really excited to be here. So.
How about you, B? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I think this is a great opportunity for us to connect with the players and soak up with this amazing atmosphere that we have here today. So pretty good.
I got to dig into the meat and potatoes here, friends.
All right.
Because you hear Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, but some of the gameplay that we just saw included multiplayer. But Tom, I know that's not it. You guys are working on the BR side, the multiplayer side, and so much more. What do you guys have cooking up?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we have Battle Royale, which is kind of the main staple. It is everything that players are accustomed to in Warzone Battle Royale. And what that means is we've got loadouts, we've got contracts, we've got kill streaks, we've got the buy station. And we even have the original Gulag. So I think players are going to love it. Yeah.
That's so cool. I know that that's always been one of the things nostalgic-wise. People see the word Verdansk and they assume that it's going to come with all the bells and whistles, and this time it sounds like it has.
Yeah, we've got it all. So it's exciting. Yeah.
Sweet
Looking
stuff.
at the screen, though, you can see how good the graphics are. Everything seems to be very much optimized. I remember playing this yesterday, and it felt so different compared to the last time I actually played this game. And like what you already mentioned, multiplayer is already part of the game. You already know me. You asked me before the broadcast, what's your favorite game mode? For me, it's Hardpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are with, every Call of Duty has to have the modes. So we've got that in multiplayer. We've got Team Deathmatch, we've got Kill Confirmed, we've got Hardpoint, we got Search and Destroy, and we got Domination. And then, we're going to be coming out with new modes over time that I think players are going to love.
So tell me a little bit more here, because I know that there's so much bundled into all of this.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like we're approaching this as not a mobile game, but there's Mobile Royale as well that you were talking about
Yeah,
before.
we're really excited about that. That is a game unique to mobile players. It is for players that want a shorter session or are on the go, but still offers everything that makes Battle Royale great. So you get all the same features and mechanics from Battle Royale, but it's just at a little quicker pace, meant for mobile players that we think is going to be really exciting for that audience.
You already mentioned it a while ago that, yes, we have so many new things, new modes here in Warzone Mobile, but Christian actually mentioned it, and we saw the trailer for it. We saw Rebirth being played a while ago, so how is that going to be like?
Yeah, we're excited today to announce that we're going to have Resurgence mode in Rebirth. It's like the perfect mix of multiplayer and Battle Royale that is 100% unique to Call of Duty. Players are already playing it right now, and we're excited to reveal that. So,
a lot of new things happening here, and one of my personal favorites here in COD, uniquely, is definitely the loadouts for all those different game modes. Can you tell me more about what features like Gunsmith will look like for mobile players?
yeah, we have it all. We have it all. So Gunsmith, you're able to unlock all the attachments you can in mainline. You can get do the camo grinding, unlock the camo. You can get the stickers. You can get all the different things to make it your own, customize it to your type of gameplay, and just go out there and have a great time with any weapon you want. So.
And on top of that, the 120 real players that was touched upon, that's not just like we hope to have 120 real players. That's already happening with the limited release.
120 players, yeah, it's great. It's a ton of fun. The players have already been telling us they know when they take someone down that was a real player,
Yeah.
And so we think a win means so much more when you do it that way. So we're excited about 120 players.
And something that you have to deal with when you're actually going up against a 1v, how many players in this map who are, yes, real people, you need to have really good movement.
Yep.
And one thing that stood out to me the most while playing Warzone Mobile was how accurate it was compared to Warzone on console and PC. So how was it like going through all of that?
Yeah, well, you're seeing everyone out here playing Call of Duty right now. And one of the things that is true about this all is that we are using a shared tech. And with that shared tech, we get all the great fluid movement, animation, everything that has become Call of Duty on multiplayers is in the mobile game. So right now, when you launch Call of Duty Mobile, you're going to see some of the greatest animations and movements throughout the map. So we're excited about that feature.
And I want to say, when we were looking through some of the gameplay, I saw a couple of vehicles smoking. So it's not just movement on the ground with boots. You guys added a whole couple of vehicle physics as well.
Yeah, we've taken vehicles to the next level. You can, take out the tires in a vehicle and disable it and then go in for the kill. Or if you just want to take out the vehicle itself and take out everyone in it, you can do that too. So it's up to you. A lot of different ways to play with those vehicles.
And guys, it's just, I think if anyone maybe missed the fact that we swapped to Warzone Mobile, they'd be like, wow, this still, like, what am I watching? This still looks like regular Warzone. The graphic fidelity is unbelievable, B. Compared to last year on top of it, I mean, I'm hard-pressed to, pinch myself to think there's no way this is a mobile game.
Yeah, since you last saw it last year, I don't know where my thing is. Okay, here.
There you go.
Okay, so since you last saw it last year, we've increased the base resolution. So what you hear is a lot more sharper, and the version that these guys are playing here is a whole new map version. So we've increased the texture quality. We've done a whole relighting pass. We have reflection pros. Is a lot of work that's gone into what you're seeing here on your screen. So the team's done an amazing job. And there is another key thing here that contributes to this beautiful image that you're seeing, which is that the engine will scale a bit dynamically, the fidelity, the core usage, a ton of things, so you can have a better balance between graphics and performance and battery. And the neat thing is that now the users, since quite recently, they can choose what they want to prioritize with the new graphic settings.
Absolutely. Okay, so Shift, you brought up a really good point. You said that it did look like Warzone. When I was looking at it, I had to double check my screens. Is this Warzone Mobile or not? And you mentioned it's so good, B. Everything else looks so good on screen. And before the show, I was putting up on YouTube Call of Duty Warzone Mobile on YouTube, and the first thing that you would always see is gameplay, ultra max settings right there, and it always looks so crisp, so good. But one thing that I have to ask that is something that will definitely be a question in everyone's head is not everyone has access to the highest end devices. And the question that a lot of people may ask is, can I play it on my device?
Yeah, that's all right. We got you back. So in our limited release countries, we're already running over 6 generations of devices, and we've been increasing the device support. So if you have something like an iPhone 8 Plus, or you have like a Samsung A71, come join us. Come join the game. We got you. And you know, regardless of what device you're bringing, we are working continuously on performance. So we even managed in some devices to double it from 30 FPS to 60. So, you know, and we are keeping always working on performance. So we're trying to get as many people as possible to enjoy a very nice and smooth ride when they play the game.
Adal players must probably like hearing that statement. And you mentioned that there are settings to optimize a player's device. So to ensure the best possible experience, can you go into more detail on those?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, with the introduction of the graphics settings, we put the power in the hands of the user to choose what they want to prioritize for their device, right? So they have like a custom experience. Right now, they can choose between battery or graphics quality or performance, and in the upcoming versions, they're going to have more options to choose from, so we offer better granularity. And, you know, regardless of what you try to choose to prioritize, we have put systems in place, a new optimization, so you are getting like a much better session, much finer graphics, much better performance throughout more of your session.
It's just, I think a lot of people that maybe are traditional Warzone players, they go to update the game on PC, and it's like, this is going to take 3 hours to do. So how have you guys managed to deal with the capacity, the size, the things that come with, like, I only have a phone, how do I store this? Because, I mean, let's be honest, we assume we see the name Warzone, and it's going to be a huge file, but you guys have really combated against that.
Yeah, so we heard that, this from the community, and if you go now to download it from the store, it would be about 40% smaller than it was a few months back.
That's unreal.
Yeah. So you can store more of your cat pictures, no problem.
I have a ton of cat pictures.
Yeah,
tons of cat pictures.
I feel like whatever you guys said today is just so valuable for everyone in the community to actually hear. So B and Tom, thank you so much for joining us. But right now, I feel like when it comes to everything together, polishing everything up, what are your final emotions leading up to it? I want to start with you, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of work from the team and what we've put into this game, and watching players today play it, watching other people be able to tune in and see it. It's really exciting for us. We're so excited of what we've built and what is yet to come. So.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, to me, hearing the excitement in the atmosphere here is super revitalizing, and it sort of reminds you what we're doing, what we do, right? And we do it for the players, and so we are very excited for this.
I think the craziest thing, again, for me, I kind of keep going back to the fact that this is just, it's so much more than just Warzone with the Battle Royale. I mean, if you could take a time to sell this product in your own words to those people that maybe have never touched COD Mobile before, how would you best frame it to somebody who has not gotten their fingers on a phone playing this game yet?
Yeah, I mean, it offers a lot. It offers, like I said, the Battle Royale, the Mobile Royale for the shorter sessions, the multiplayer, and we're just going to keep growing it over time.
Yeah.
So, it's a great, I think, addition to the franchise.
And it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
Oh, yeah. You already know that on my way home, I'm going to be playing some Warzone Mobile on my phone for sure, since we are on a very tight schedule. There's times that I really want to play at home. I really want to grind Call of Duty on my PC, but I just don't have the time. So it's the perfect opportunity to actually bridge players who otherwise have never heard of mobile, doesn't even know that a tech like this actually is on screen. So yeah, it looks super cool right now. I mean, B, you already said it, it's optimized for people who have lower end devices. You could actually play this. It's actually amazing.
Yeah, Absolutely. And what you said there about the space, I mean, we've done a lot of work on that area. We put like a cache system. We put, a high-res asset streamer. It's a lot of work and a lot of care is being put into this game. So as many people as possible can enjoy it.
I think the coolest thing, too, is that even though you guys are going for the maximum package of being able to put all these great graphics into it, making sure that Warzone plays like Warzone, it's not out of touch with what a mobile gamer would want. The mini Royale style of it, the mobile Royale, rather. I think that's a really cool way to kind of keep it authentic and organic to a mobile experience. Can you guys kind of talk to the decision-making process of being able to include all those extra puzzle pieces?
Yeah. I mean, when we look at play patterns of mobile players, it's different. You're not always just sitting down and playing for a couple hours. You just want to jump in and jump out, and we really wanted to make sure that the game had features and game modes that handled that. So, that's what we've got. But it's not just for, I think, mobile players. Even if you are a console or PC player, and you're on the go and you're not at home on your computer and you want to grind camos, jump on in. It's the same game, right? So
I would beg to disagree. I spend hours on my mobile device. I feel like everyone else in the mobile community could actually kind of say the same. But you brought up a really good point. The question is, this is a really good bridge to have. The fact that you could play Warzone Mobile right in your hand, grind those camos at the same time. You could go at home, you keep reiterating it just because of how big of a deal it is. And it is just so unique to both of the games. But again, a question to both of you. Just feel free to answer here because at this point, I have so many questions in my head. So what makes it so unique? What does Warzone Mobile actually have compared to Warzone in general in PC or console?
Do you want to go ahead?
No, go for it. Go for it. I leave it to the expert.
I mean, we're a free-to-play game on mobile, and we've got both Warzone. We've got all the different game modes that come with that. We've got multiplayer, which I think is a big standout, and we've got mobile-only content, which you hear about more in the coming talks. But I think. It really does a good job standing out as a mobile product against the other products out there. So we're excited about it.
My anticipations are just I don't know what to expect out of you guys next, because I feel like every time there's a major content drop from the mobile space, it's something completely groundbreaking to what Call of Duty was before. Even in the teaser after Chris's segment, seeing some a reflection back to some of the streamers' reactions to camos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just unreal what you guys were able to do. Again, it's just. This is on a handheld device. It blows my mind. From someone who's not an authentic and normal into the space as a mobile gamer first and picking it up as kind of a side hobby, I mean, it's unbelievable what you guys have been doing, especially from the graphics side. That continues to blow my mind.
Yeah, that was our goal, basically, to blow people's minds and get as good as you possibly can.
I mean, we're already talking about all of these graphic things, and we're asking a lot of questions to our devs, but Shift, I have a question for you, buddy. I mean, because you've been playing this game. You've been playing COD in general for the longest time. And now you're seeing games like Call of Duty Mobile. You're seeing games like Warzone Mobile. How does it feel like? The nostalgia factor bringing back into this mobile games must be insane.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think the biggest thing in kind of seeing the reaction from especially our normal Warzone creators is that they were watching over the shoulder of some of the mobile players that are here. And they're like, we've been asking for Verdansk-style gameplay for so long. And I think you're going to get a lot of people scratching an itch saying, wait a second, the game looks this good. It's going to feel that good. And they're watching players move around like they used to. It's really awesome to see that bridge kind of surface and kind of get in between what was and what is now there. And that's always been kind of a staple for COD Mobile. And I think that's super exciting, especially from the design element of where your guys' focus has been from the get-go.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to the focus and all of that, right? It is important that when it comes to a game, how you're going to be able to get into it. Usually mobile for a lot of the time, that could be the gateway for a lot of new gamers to actually get into COD, which is really something nice to see here. And I feel like we're on the opposite sides of the spectrum. You've been playing COD for the longest time. I'm much of a newer gamer. So for me, having both of these really being connected is really thanks to people like you to kind of just weave everything together to have such nice and solid gameplay. But yeah, it feels super great right now. We've been seeing a lot of optimizations. We're so happy with what we're seeing. The mobile community, they're absolutely pumped up behind me. But I just gotta say, I don't want to keep you here for any longer. Thank you so much, B and Tom. I mean, the gameplay is absolutely insane, and I already know that before we leave, we gotta see some more gameplay in here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
The other thing that's interesting about all of what we're going to be seeing through the Warzone side of it, you know, do you have any nuggets or tidbits of other things you guys are pulling inspiration from? Because I think the coolest thing for COD Mobile is like all the COD Reddit community always goes crazy when they see the BO2 maps coming back into play, but it's more than just that. So could we possibly expect to see Warzone Mobile ride the same kind of parallel lines as the normal Warzone client? Is that kind of where your guys' headspace is directionally?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to introduce players to like iconic maps of Verdansk and Rebirth that haven't had the opportunity to play that. And so that's just the beginning. You know, now we have the whole franchise and everything that the franchise is doing to grow into and to add to the game. So it's going to get really, really fun. So
I know. We already are seeing a lot of the streamers having so many fun gameplay already. I actually made my rounds a while ago while everyone was doing their bit. I was checking in on every single one of the mobile creators, and they seem to be like they're having so much fun. The gameplay, like what you both already mentioned, is just super smooth, and we're just waiting for it in the spring of 2024. But one thing that Shift and I was always saying is that a lot of the creators that have never played Warzone Mobile or any mobile game want to transition just because they want to play the maps that they haven't before.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this is an opportunity for, you know, people that haven't been in those maps, that haven't had the opportunity to play Call of Duty before, to get into the franchise. And, you know, not everyone's got a console or PC that can play games, but everyone's got a phone.
That's huge.
So
That's
That is huge. Yeah. And it really is important for everyone else how accessible that actually is.
Right.
So yeah, again, let me thank you again for the nth time today, just because of your hard work and all. But yeah, B, Tom, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have been absolutely amazing. But now we are going to take a quick break from the desk to go down to Maven on the floor to get a read from the streamers on their experience so far playing Rebirth Island on Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Maven, who's with you in the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars?
I've got Bobby Plays, and he is absolutely hot and ready. But listen, man, you've been a godsend for me because when I first started to get into the mobile side of things, and I went to commentate a couple events, I knew nothing. You kind of took me under your wing. What's been truly kind of remarkable and special for you seeing Call of Duty Mobile kind of develop over the years?
It definitely took a turn. Do I take this? Oh, yeah. I mean, it was really cool for me because, like, as somebody that was super familiar with the mobile side but didn't know anything about esports, getting to go side by side with one of the all-time greats is just truly an honor. But it's been really cool to see how much it's evolved on the mobile side, both for COD Mobile and now with Warzone Mobile on the way. I think there's a lot of potential, both for people that just want to chill out and for people that want to get competitive too.
Well, talk to me a bit now. I know you've had hands-on with the Warzone Mobile side of things, but like getting back to Verdansk and some of the stuff that you're seeing happening here. And what the big thing now is going to be Resurgence, right? Like you're getting into the smaller map?
Yeah, I had a chance to try it out a little bit. They actually let us hop into the map last night as well, and it actually feels phenomenal. I would say, surprisingly enough, even though it's the newest map, it feels better than any of the other maps right now. And obviously, like that and Verdansk side by side, those are like the two most nostalgic maps in Warzone history. So a lot of people are excited for that, and I think it's going to fit the pace of the mobile play style a little bit better as well.
I know you were involved in mobile a little bit like before Call of Duty, but like it's got to be kind of wild. I was one of the people that slept on mobile for a while because I didn't really play many games on my phones, but just thinking about, I guess, the potential number of people are to reach. Like when you hear them talk about it on the desk, it's got to be kind of like you feel like you're in a pretty secure environment, right? With how much stuff's been blowing up around you recently.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool to see how it's exploded. And they even highlighted, 650 million downloads for COD Mobile as well. So you got 45 million people that are just like sitting around waiting for Warzone Mobile to release. I know whenever it does release in spring, there's going to be so many people that are ready to go. There's people that are already like doing whatever they can to get into the game, and people that are just sweating their butts off. So if there is an esports side of things, I think that's going to be really exciting as well.
Well, I kind of want to hear what's like your favorite part. So I know there's a lot of nostalgia, obviously, with Resurgence, and when you take a look at Verdansk, but like, what's kind of a twist on it from the mobile side that maybe you really like? Is there something that's a little bit different just playing on the mobile end?
I think one thing we didn't really expect to see was some of the OG multiplayer maps that they've added in. So our expectation was that it would just be like different areas of Verdansk that they put into the map. But with the addition of Shoot House and Shipment, it's now like a perfect grind experience as well for people that want to level up their guns, level up camos, and for people that can now do it anywhere, anytime, like whether you're in an airport, whether you're in the car, like pull out your phone, pull out your controller, and you can hop in and get a few levels.
All right, last question for you. How'd it feel to be on interview in the hot and ready seat here, presented by Little Caesars?
I can't lie. I kind of feel like a king right now. This is the closest thing to a throne that I've ever sat in, so I feel like royalty.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate everything you've done for me and the mobile community. You're an absolute beast. Thank you so much for coming on for the quick interview. But that's going to do it here for the Hot and Ready seat presented by Little Caesars. We're going to be headed, I believe, to a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We got two brand new guests here with us now. Dan Driver from Solid State Studios and Mario Almaguer from Vinox. Thanks so much for joining us. I gotta start with you, Almaguer. I mean, your name says it all. You guys are so amazing at what you do, but how are you feeling leading up to this moment?
This is super exciting. Like, just seeing everybody playing the game and just testing the new map for the first time. It's really awesome. So thank you for having us.
Of course.
We're excited. Yeah.
How about you, Dan? I mean, I can see Warzone Mobile already loaded on your phone on the desk. You ready to play some more?
Yeah, man, I'm locked and loaded. I always play as Nicki Minaj. I'm ready to drop in and bang, 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 bang.
I love that.
That was so good.
And pop culture reference galore. What the? Man, I might be out of a job out here. But Dan, I got to pick your brain here because we got 250 people, and a lot of them are touching Warzone or just mobile for the first time ever. And I know for me personally, I call myself a two-thumb monkey. I put two thumbs on the screen, that's it. But you guys have a ton of customization for people that are either authentic mobile gamers or trying it out for the first time. And it's not even just fingers on screens, it's controller inputs, it's backbones, it's the whole 9 yards. How was that process kind of been built out for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we really want to meet the player wherever they are, right? So if you want to play with 2 fingers, 4 fingers, 6, 8, whatever you want, we're here for it, right? We've got a customizable HUD in-game where you can slide, resize any UI element that you want. That's your fire button, your ADS button, tacticals, lethals, whatever. You can move it, resize it, and do however you want. We also just introduced the FOV slider, which we're field of view slider, which we're really excited about, as well as the gyroscope. So if you're looking for better map awareness or kind of change in the way you can see around you, or if you're looking for twitch responsiveness while you're sniping, you're set. And you can really just customize it to however you want. And yeah, the cool thing is you can save those presets and share them with other players once you find a build that you really like.
That is actually really sick and super handy for a mobile player like myself. But you already mentioned it, 2 fingers, 4 fingers, 8 fingers. I'm gonna play with 20 and then find a device that fits all 20 of my digits. And I feel like that would be sizing a tablet, but it's kind of just talking about a tablet. Are those supported as well? Because we did say that you can play the same accounts across different devices.
Yeah, absolutely. Tablets are totally supported. We know that larger feel is really important for some of our players. Some of our streamers love playing on larger devices as well. And like the FOV slider that I just mentioned, awesome when you're playing on a bigger device as well. We also, though, want to meet our players wherever they are, like you were talking about. So backbone controllers supported. Console controllers also supported.
Yeah.
It's really about making the player feel the play however they want, wherever they want, whenever they want.
Dude, that's so sick. I mean, because that was my biggest headache, like we were talking about with everyone before. You know, I kind of came from mouse and keyboard, and then I picked up controller, and then mobile came out. I was like, well, now I got to figure out how to do this all on a phone. But it's not even just the fact that you guys have customized the experience across multiple devices. I hear there's more to link the two different spaces together between mobile and the traditional Call of Duty. What'd you guys work up for us?
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, Chris alluded to this a little bit earlier today, but the game is fully cross-progression with Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone. It has been since we started our limited release, which is awesome. You know what? That means shared progression, shared battle pass, shared weapon progression, shared player rank, shared content as well. So we really want to make sure that if you're grinding on the way to school, if you're grinding at school, if you're grinding at work,
Oh,
We won't tell.
right?
We won't tell.
It all counts. It all counts. And you know, we really listened to players in this realm and really wanted to unify that cross progression experience. But you know, we also still are investing in the mobile player individual experience as well.
Yeah, and that's really key, because I feel like when a player who maybe has never played mobile before will look at this and say, this is built for someone who wants to go backwards and play Verdansk again. But that's not necessarily the case. You guys have a ton of original content planned out. And I think people that may not be familiar with mobile, they're going to really open their eyes, I think, because you guys have created so many cool things in the past, and that's not going to stop now that it's Warzone Mobile, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, we believe in a mobile-first design, and you know, that really all starts with our in-game HUD, which you guys can see on screen now, right? We've spent a ton of time making sure that all of the buttons are positioned for that first player in that moment when they drop in the first time, feeling really comfortable. If you come from a PC or a console environment where you're used to a controller, we want to make it as smooth and COD feeling as possible when you hop in, right? So we did that first. We've also introduced the Gear Up menu, another thing that Chris talked about earlier. This allows you to, in one simple screen, you know, choose what your weapon, your secondary, primary, your tacs, your lethals, your calling card, your emblem, everything all in one spot. And that really just gives you that opportunity when you drop into Rebirth to just be able to smoke the competition.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Rebirth, right? Chris, V, and Tom basically alluded to this new mode and map as well. So Rebirth Island, iconic map in Warzone, right? And basically a fan favorite. Mario, what can you tell us about and what the team did to bring it into Warzone Mobile?
Rebirth is really one of the maps that is most beloved by the players and our fan base, and also by our team. So we made sure when we were working on this map for mobile that no pixel was left behind. Like, we really, oh yeah, hashtag no pixel left behind. It's really impressive how every single model, every single corner and building in the map was individually treated, respected. We really wanted to make sure that that experience that players know Rebirth for is also available in mobile. And we really wanted to bring this map to kind of have its own resurgence of its own, right? So on the mobile market. So we really wanted to make sure that the players can create their own epic moments in this map. We were going to have everything that you know of it. So the ships, you have the security area, you're going to be able to drop in the prison area and just like super quickly get into the action and then get out.
It's just super cool, I think, as we're watching everyone go back through it. I mean, we saw it in Verdansk first and foremost, but having Rebirth Island, I think that was another huge fan favorite. And I think they're, you know, listening to Bobby's interview as well, you know, players have been waiting for this. And obviously, I'm sure you guys on your side have been like really hard to stay behind locked doors on it as well. What else do you guys kind of have like spurred up and ready to go in terms of trying to bring things like Rebirth and Verdansk and maybe other original content to the mobile space?
Yeah, we have a lot of content in this game, as you mentioned already. So everything that you know of from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, all of that content is also going to be available in Warzone Mobile. And we literally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of content for players to go through and progress. We don't stop there. We just not only have Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 content, we also have our own OG Warzone Mobile content. So right now we have more than 100 mobile unique blueprints and more than 30 mobile unique operator skins. So there's a lot of things that the team is really working on that we know that players love, so that they have a really unique experience in Warzone Mobile.
And I already actually got emails to get those unique skins. I got the Nikki skin already. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
I need to check my inbox.
I'm going to hook you up with that. Don't worry. I got you. But when it comes to the skins, the maps, we kept on talking about it, and we're always going back to Verdansk. and many of the multiplayer maps are looking amazing in the latest limited release update. So how do you take the super well-known maps and keep them feeling unique and authentic on a mobile device?
Yeah, when we started working on the project and we knew that we wanted to bring Bird Dance back, we really wanted to make sure it came complete. So every single thing is in it. Every corner of the map is still there, and it's all in the player's hands. Like, it really fits in a really small mobile device, creating some magic, like Beatriz and like Tom mentioned. So we're really proud of that. We really wanted to make sure that huge map was on players' devices, and also this means that, you know, what players can still enjoy their own strategies that they know Verdansk for, and also create new ones, because, you know, you have that all of that mobile first movement and content and controls. So we really want to make sure that's there. We didn't forget about the Gulag. So of course the Gulag is also there. You're going to be able to shoot in the showers and just like get out of it if you can. I'm always losing in the Gulag. I don't know about you guys.
No, same. Yes.
I suck. But it's super fun. And of course we also have multiplayer. So multiplayer maps. As mentioned, you know, the guy in the throne, the king, he mentioned there earlier, we have Shoot House, Shipment. We're going to have more OG Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 maps coming in the next months. And of course, my fan favorite for me is Shipment. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, same.
It's just crazy fun. So on mobile, we really want to make sure that that map worked as well, and it's super fun. I also wanted to take a little bit of time to just appreciate all of the work that all of the teams in every single studio has done for this game. So as Chris mentioned, we have Beenox and Digital Legends and Shanghai Studios, and also Solid State Studios working really hard on this. But most of all, just say thank you to the fans. Like, everybody here, it's really amazing to see everybody just actually, you know, playing the game for the first time, having fun at it, listening to their feedback, which is also super important for us as developers, and just taking it with us and making it grow together. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
No, seriously, it's just so cool to see the growth in just a year. I think that's kind of the biggest thing. And it was really funny. I didn't need to sell Tommy on the game, but like we were saying, I was doing an interview with him, and he was right behind Bobby and the rest of the mobile guys, and was looking over the top, and he's like, "Wait, these guys are cracked!" Like, watching them fly around the map. And the thing about it is, I think that the people that are not mobile gamers can look at this title and say, I'm hooked, I'm addicted to trying to get more Call of Duty into my hand. Literally, you can do that with phone, tablet, backbone support. I mean, Dan, you're ready to go right now.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that you're waiting for is just a green light from one of the two of us. But I think that's super awesome. And I know that that's probably inspired a lot of what has gone through in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've got my event, set up right now. I'm ready to hop into one of the mobile events right now and play. But it's really cool seeing all of our players come to life out here. And a lot of the folks playing in limited release now have been giving us tons and tons of valuable feedback. We talk to them all the time. We do in-game player surveys, and they've really helped us drive this game to be where it's at. We are bringing the mobile players what they want based on what they tell us, and we're so happy to be able to do that.
Honestly, the communication between players, devs, I have seen it, especially announcing it last year in 2022 in COD Next, the first one, and then being in the mobile summit. That is absolutely wild, where you got creators, basically a lot of the creators that I've seen now actually come together, give our feedback, and now doing it in a bigger scale in that limited release, and just basically making this game even better, more polished, eventually when spring does come, right, Mario?
Yeah, we're not done. Like, there's a lot of things in progress to make the game just feel better, look better, run better on all of those devices. And we have surprises for you guys that we cannot announce right now, but
what?
There's
You
more.
can't tease.
No, don't even try. Don't even try. But there's a lot of surprises coming, and a lot of things that the teams know that the players need and want. So we're listening, and we're gonna make sure to keep putting all of our passion and all of our talent into making this game the best one in the world.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing, again, for those that, are really close to wanting to hit the pre-registration button or get involved with the, the early downloads, is the fact that the cross progression. If you are in the middle of your double XP over on regular Modern Warfare 3, but you have to go to work, have to take the train or whatever, you can hop right back on and continue building towards the progress. It's just such a brilliant thing. I remember when the regular Warzone did that initially, I mean, everyone was ecstatic about it. So now the fact that you can take it on the go, I mean, I might not ever get off of COD at this point.
Yeah. I mean, no, from the beginning, that's been one of our pillars. Just meet the players where they are. We know that it can be really hard sometimes to come home and grind out. That's the only time you've got. But if you're, with your friends and you just want to hook up and play one session at lunch, you can do that now. You can continue to grind out those camos. And it's also, the connected social element of the game.
Yeah.
It's so easy on your phone to add your friend when you're at school instead of having to wait till you get home and connect, right? Just like, we just want to make it easy for you guys to play together, COD, all day, every day, whenever you want.
Dan, you're really getting us to look into what your education was
I know.
growing up. All this, yeah, you could play with your friends at school.
He's at work, always playing the games. So,
I know.
yeah, that
Living
shows.
and
That
breathing
shows.
COD. I love that. Basically everyone in this room. But I feel like since we keep just hyping up the release on spring 2024, I think you have to start pre-registering as early as now. Play limited release because you're basically getting and grinding the skins that you may otherwise not get if you do register. That's kind of the first movers perk that you actually get here. So kind of hyping it up a little bit.
Yeah, like we're really excited about the spring launch. We're really working hard to make it, the best launch ever in the history of mobile games. So to us, it's a huge, huge undertaking. And yeah, we want to make sure that once that happens, if players have been playing on Modern Warfare 3 and grinding their, whatever, their skins and their challenges and everything, they can just jump back in to Warzone Mobile, as Dan said, at school or whatever, parents' place, and yeah, and enjoy it. So we really wanted to make sure everything is in there, and that is the goal.
Yeah. And to the 45 million who've already pre-registered, thank you. For the next 45 million, register now.
Right.
The more people that pre-register, the more goodies we've been giving out. So keep going for it.
Yeah, and the accessibility, everything, it just makes it feel like it is literally full value Call of Duty just at your fingertips. That has to be a huge undertaking from your guys' side. So that's just an unbelievable achievement. Again, over the course of a year, it's hard for me to really put it in perspective because we watch it at afar so often that you guys get a chance to get on every single day and see all the different things that you're nitpicking away. It's really, really awesome. Anything in particular, kind of final thoughts in terms of the one thing you're most excited for as you've seen the gameplay start to evolve, as the event starts to wrap up?
I'm excited about what players will do in Rebirth Island. I'm really excited about it. So we know that that's something that fans wanted in the Call of Duty world, and now we're bringing it on mobile. So we're really excited to see that happen. And we're also excited about the next couple of months, until the spring. We're going to be working hard in the winter, and making sure that everything is the best top shape for it. So I want to say thank you to the fans and to everybody organizing this. By the way, your guys are awesome. So it's an honor, and we're super excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm resurgence mode because when I play with these guys out here, I need a way to get back in the game.
quick. Yeah,
so
I
that's
relate.
what I'm all about. Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I'm looking forward to the content that everyone's actually going to put out from today and plus. I've been talking to a lot of the streamers, and some of them, like people from, let's say, Asia, who flew all the way here, they can't stream yet just because everyone's asleep, right, in that side of the world. But make sure the time that they actually wake up, they're just going to be bombarded by Warzone Mobile and just Call of Duty content, which I am looking forward to seeing and watching later on.
It's really awesome, I think, in particular, too, that we heard this a little bit from Chris and B and them talking about the fact that this game has now become accessible to people that don't have full NPCs, don't have the most recent version of console. I mean, that has to feel super empowering for you guys to be able to send the product to a more global space than it's ever been before.
Clearly, there's a lot of people who wanted to play Warzone that now are going to be able to do that on their devices. So it's to us, it's a huge accomplishment technically, but also creatively. And also, it just feels great. Just having more people actually enjoying the game, more people giving us feedback, and we're really excited to hear from them too, and make a game for them. So we're gonna keep working hard on that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in every single part of this event, not just for mobile, right, but for everything, it just feels so inclusive. I feel, as a mobile player, very much included into the Call of Duty space. And there is just no division whatsoever. I belong. Everyone here feels like they belong. At first, I was kind of reluctant, but you know what? I feel very much welcome. But when it comes to going back, because I started in console, and then I started becoming an absolutely crazy maniac mobile player. I was spending hours on it, and it seems like the cross progression makes me want to go back into playing Modern Warfare 3, Warzone on my PC, and it feels really great here, Shiv.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing about it is and I'll be completely transparent. When I heard that there's a Warzone mobile segment, I was like, oh, we just have updates on the Battle Royale portion. But the fact that, again, the customization around the game has included so many key things, Shoot House with Shipment also being back in. That's going to be a great way, I think, for people that, again, like you had mentioned briefly, grind their camos when they're not able to get onto their PC, whatever it happens to be. I know for like us, we travel. You travel a ton for work. She's going to be getting the Wi-Fi package on the plane and be squaring
25-hour
up.
flights, let's go.
Yeah, I think that's the really cool thing. And like, as somebody who comes from a more multiplayer-centric side, I have to say that's absolutely huge for you guys to be able to kind of include the traditional Call of Duty space while also allowing people who've never touched it before to actually get their hands on Call of Duty for the first time. So there's a lot to look forward to. And I will say I will be playing on launch day. I already know she'll be playing on launch day.
Yeah.
We may have to link up if you're going to be getting Nicki Minaj skins and all that stuff. But guys, thanks so much for joining us. It's a pleasure having you on the desk. And of course, with that, our Warzone mobile segment comes to a bit of an end. A little unfortunate for us to say, but we have to send it back to Golden Boy and Stephanie to recap the first day. But before we do, quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, and what a day it has been. Of course, I'm Golden Boy alongside. We got Stephanie, Miles, Maven as well. They're trying to smooch. And what a day. What a day this has been. We've seen some cool stuff. And we revealed some cool things. We'll start, Miles, what was your favorite part about today?
I surprised myself with a seemingly unknown passion for trains.
Yeah.
That was my thing today.
Welcome.
Well, join
Join us. One of
I'm
us.
stoked.
I'm excited for you guys.
When my boy Francis, is that the Verdansk Express? I don't know.
the Verdansk Express.
It is now.
Yes, it is. It is.
The
What about
Urzikstan Express, you mean?
There it is.
That's what you mean?
Come on, Miles.
It's in the same region.
Be better.
Where is Verdansk is
Well,
in
not
the
really.
Not really.
as a nation.
Not really.
Right, sure. You know what? Fine.
Moving on.
Yeah.
May, what about you, buddy?
Listen, just the genuine energy in the building. Like, I've been around a long time. I've been to a lot of these events. I think I've done like every COD reveal for like 8 years or something like that. Like, I've been around, and like there are even the people that are like hesitant yearly to be like, all right, I'm not ready to say we're back, but like maybe I'm gonna say like everyone has been so positive. The energy has been absurd. The positivity just around like, I know we see it every year, but like it just feels different to me, and I've been around a long time. So like I'm really, really excited, and just seeing everybody like in the venue, I don't know. I just like friends.
Good vibe.
Fun is in the air. Fun is in the air.
It is.
That's just from the
There's
moment we
great-
played yesterday to now. Fun is in the air.
Great energy in here. It's been amazing to see this game out in the world with Modern Warfare 3, with Warzone. On behalf of everybody who works to make these games, it takes a ton of work. There's so many people.
Thank you,
to
Stephanie.
thank.
Thank you. I've been working.
Yeah, Clint does so much
thanks,
work.
guys. Yeah, Clint's been really busy.
Fix your game, Clint.
That being said, the passion that's come through. Alex, you mentioned it earlier with the devs. It's just been awesome to hear everybody talking about it today.
Oh, well, that was my favorite part was being able to talk to the devs and then seeing that genuine joy. Again, it's similar to you, Clint. Like, I've been doing this for quite a while now. And, you do a lot of these shows and naturally in your career, and you work with devs, you talk to devs, and there's always like an air of excitement and joy that they have in sharing their art, what they've crafted, what they worked so hard on creating. But this time around, what was really fun was the giddy joy that every dev had. Even, you know, every dev, our mobile devs, our Warzone, zombies, core multiplayer. Like, you could just tell that there was like a real true passion, love, and respect for what it is that they built. And, you know, unlike Maeve, I have not been here year after year. And I could comfortably say, as a guy very much from the outside of it, I am stoked. I will gladly go on record right now and say that this game is gonna pound. And y'all could flame me all you want. I genuinely don't care. This game is genuinely fun, and I give him credit for that.
Hey, let's pound zombies together.
Dude, I want to play
It's trios.
zombies.
You're not invited. I'm in.
Yes.
Team.
To be fair, though, I don't know if we would have wanted Maeve to have any control in a PvE setting.
But you guys could run Cutthroat together.
I'd be doing some backstabbing. I'm a filthy boy.
They say it's PvE, but Maeve will find a way to make it PvP.
But real quick to your point, like just about the devs and stuff. Like I know Teddy and I at Raven have like DM'd so many times about different things. Like, you know, if I have an issue, I'll message him and talk about it. And we've had this back and forth for years. This is the first time I like met him in person. I must have hugged him like 6 times. Like it is really cool to like a lot of times, whether it's with the content creators here or the different devs, like you have these relationships, these back and forths that are stuck on social media, just to like be able to meet.
There are
and
real
chat
people
through things.
there
Yes, they're
who
real
make
people.
these games, that
It's very
love
cool.
these games, that
And we make
sweat
them
and-
for
yeah.
you guys. We make them for people at home. We make them for the players.
Blood, sweat, and
for the-
tears.
It's all about the energy in these rooms, the energy with these players, and I think what we saw today is a great reflection of that.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Really, I think like across the board, there's a lot of really cool stuff to look forward to. On top of that, you know, we have the beta, which we'll talk about in a little bit. There's so much to come. And Miles, I think, even also looking forward, like I'm pumped for you guys and the CDL season next year. It's going to be sick. Like it's really cool, especially getting a chance to see like these old MW2 maps that I used to play in CAS back then coming back. That's so exciting.
Talked about it before. We're going to see Hardpoint on these maps. We're going to see Control players on these maps. It's going to be really fun, man. Another thing.
Greg talk about Control a little bit. We got a little CDL tease.
Oh, a little sneaky CDLTs. Also, one
I
thing
like
we
a
haven't-
good tease.
Cut his mic.
Anyway,
Cut his
one
mic
thing we didn't talk about too much today that I'm genuinely excited about, campaign. We got a little touch upon it before, but I'm excited. I mean, I need to know. I also got a definitive answer, which was, I'm not going to tell you, is does Captain Price die? Because in the trailer, you teased it pretty hard. Like, there was very little to suggest that he ain't going down. But I need to find out, man. I
Wow.
really enjoyed this.
Look at that. I love this. You're into the lore. You're in it.
I know that Miles has early campaign access, but remember, if you pre-order, I believe you also get it. So pay attention there.
PlayStation as well. I'm getting lockpick. You know, I'm going all in.
And don't forget, I mean, ultimately, Call of Duty Next, all roads lead to the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer beta, which kicks off tomorrow. PlayStation
Yes.
players who pre-order Modern Warfare 3 for early access to the open beta starting tomorrow. Schedule's up on the screen, guys. Xbox and PC players pre-order for early access starting next Thursday. I am so excited to be able to play with you guys, my friends, the rest of the world.
I'm so
starting
pissed.
tomorrow.
I just like finished selling my house. I have to go back and move. I have to pack up like everything. It's like I have to get home and just start packing.
I've got a special little carrying case for
But
my
you know
PlayStation
what?
5.
You know what? I need Maven. But the good news is you can just carry Call of Duty on your phone and play COD Mobile.
There we go.
Snap. That's why you hired me, baby.
It's time for Rebirth. Rebirth back
It's true. That's
in
awesome.
mobile.
Yeah.
Rebirth back in Warzone in the Resurgence rotation.
Yeah. It really is a chef's kiss. Like to what Miles was saying before.
Miles started the chef's kiss.
He started the
during
chef's kiss, and now
zombies,
we're just
and
doing
now
it.
it's contagious.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's a virus, so now you've all got it.
Thank you.
So do you at home.
Aw, look at that. The joy, the happiness. It's been a long day. For
We
sure.
all need a hug after
we,
this.
We all need a hug. It's been a long show. It's been a long day, but I think it goes without saying that there's a lot to be proud of here, Steph. And a huge shout out to you. I want to give you your flowers. Thank you for
Appreciate it.
putting this, working with an incredible crew. To make this a reality, but also from top to bottom, you were here from the beginning, so I respect you.
Alex, you guys have hard carried me through the broadcast, you especially. So I love you guys. I appreciate it. My CDL family, we go way back. You and I go way back from some other fun games. And a huge shout out to the Activision teams, to the studio teams, to Raven, to Sledgehammer, to the Call of Duty mobile team, to all of our partner studios who have made this game and everything that you've seen here in Call of Duty Next possible. Thank you. We can't wait to see you
Yeah.
in the beta.
Hell
and then
yes.
when we launch later this year.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And that is going to do it for us here today at Call of Duty Next. And just a reminder to everyone out there, the Call of Duty action does not stop with Call of Duty Next, because immediately following this show, we have Code Bowl 4 presented by USAA. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Thank you so much to everyone for watching today. Thank you to Maven, Miles, you're not Maven, Stephanie. You guys was going in the wrong order there. Saven, Siles, everyone, our entire broadcast crew, our production team, all of our creators that came through as well.
Thank you, creators.
It was 250 creators in one room. Absolute pandemonium. But don't go anywhere, because coming up next, Code Bowl 4, and we have plenty more to come. But for now, we're going to leave you with some awesome plays, top plays of the day presented by HyperX. And we'll see you in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Me quiero suicidar. En el juego, digo. Es que esta no va mal. Esta clase no va mal. Vale. Pincho. ¿Otro más? Pincho rápido.
This is Ghost. Woods. Mason.
Farah.
Russell Adler. Captain Price. Going dark. Now! Everybody ready? Hoorah!
I just got Call of Duty.
Good start, Dad. Hell yeah! You got it. No! So! Well, it's not over yet. Trust me.
Go! Stop the train!
Give us the fire. We'll give them hell.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that was sick!
Oh my god!
Hey everyone, British Army Sergeant Major Paul Carney here. For all of you that are competing in the Call of Duty Endowment Bowl, I just want to tell you now, get out there, smash them, and bring that trophy home for the British Army. Take care, good luck.
Hey, greetings, Airman and Guardian. I'm Chief Master Sergeant Larry Guyton. I'm here at the Air Force Services Center. And I want to tell you today, as you compete in the Call of Duty Endowment Bowl, I want you to bring home that trophy to the United States Air Force. As a matter of fact, let's teach the other branches what those numbers really mean. Go Air Force!
Greetings, members of RCAF Game Force. I'm Chief Warrant Officer John Hall, Command Chief Warrant Officer of the Royal Canadian Air Force. As you engage in today's Call of Duty Endowment Bowl, you have the full support of the Royal Canadian Air Force behind you. I urge you to set aside our typical Canadian politeness and show our friends what you're really made of. I wish you good luck and good gaming.
Call of Duty Endowment. We're talking about changing the lives of veterans and their families forever. I truly believe they have literally the best platform to do it.
Thanks to the support of the endowment partners and the generous contribution of our Call of Duty community.
Everything the endowment is doing, absolutely inspiring.
For hundreds of years, they have answered the call. The call to defend and uphold. The call to support and protect. United in honor, service, and sacrifice. Today, they answer the call yet again. The call to help veterans find great jobs after their service. To build a brighter future for all those who have served in uniform. Playing side by side. They answer the call.
I'm in, boys. Let's do this.
Let's go, Bill!
Multiplier, we'll talk about that in a bit, how the scoring and everything goes, but it's going to get real interesting as you drop into Mini Royale.
It really is, and I think that's the exciting thing, right? Anything can happen. Code Bowl has brought some exceptional surprises, so I hope you guys are going to love that. And talking of surprises, for those of you joining us, we have some great viewer rewards thanks to USAA. Here is the first one of the day. It is a double Battle Pass XP. Who doesn't love double XP in game? It's each hour of the first 3 hours of the 4-hour Code Bowl for broadcast. And Ali, I mean, come on, you just got to get your hands on it. A double XP token, you just got to take it, especially if you are grinding in game.
Absolutely, and just from watching as well, just from scanning the QR code, I remember like back in the day, like you'd have to go and buy a drink from the store or something and hope you get the one that has like the double XP sticker on the side or something. But the fact that now you can just watch, this is for a great cause, and you can scan the code and get double XP, I mean, there's nothing better.
I love that you said that, because that has genuinely just shot so many memories in my head of going to the store.
You're like hunting for the one with the right code.
Please get this, please. It's got games on it. It was like, we really want it. We're gonna put it into the computer. And she's like, what? She's like, you're not gonna even eat that. I'm like, I know, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw the new stuff that you can get to. I need to know, do those double XPs work when the new game comes out? That's what I need to know, right? Because I'm gonna be absolutely grinding. And also, we just had the whole reveal and everything.
Yeah.
The beta starts tomorrow. So, everybody watch this to get to enjoy some Al Mazrah. Then you get the beta for Modern Warfare 3 tomorrow. I mean, what a better time to be alive.
What a better time to be alive. Absolutely incredible stuff. Let's talk about today's format, though, and who we have joining us. Today's event features 10 military branches, and each will have 2 trios in the competition. We have U.S. Army, U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Space Force, U.S. Air Force, Royal Canadian Air Force for the first time, British Army, Royal Navy, and finally, and certainly not least because they're our previous champions, the Royal Air Force, the RAF. Those lads are looking to go back to back. I think that's a big thing, and you're looking at all the names, across all of our branches here and who they're also with in terms of content creators and names. I've got to ask you, you looking out for a potential back-to-back win from RAF? Are you looking for the USA to make a big kind of, standout performance here, or a debut from Canada?
I mean, yeah, debut from Canada, that's huge. We cannot count them out, but you talk about the 2 teams that have had a lot of success, but there's also some other teams on here that I'm very excited these 3 kills and we'll get an extra couple of points, or you play for placing, we'll play for kills and use that in tandem at the very end. So we'll see how that works out early on. For me though, personally, I think I would just say go do your best out there. We'll focus on ourselves, you focus on yourself.
No way.
We're good enough to come out here and win. No, but it's,
no shot.
It makes you focus up even harder because you don't feel like you have a cushion, right? So whoever comes out here with that type of motivation, I think is the team that will find the most success in the Code Bowl.
It makes me think like if there's any like trios that like secretly just hate each other and
good last time around. Good enough, in fact, to surprise all of us and take that trophy, basically snatch it away. I actually remember all of us being on the desk and the reaction. We couldn't believe our eyes, ears, everything. We were waiting to see who was going to be lifting it, and it just seemed to come out of nowhere. And I think the beauty of Code Bowl and the beauty of this format is that can actually happen. Sneak attacks are going to potentially happen. Some upsets can come across the table.
Yes, also, like, mind you, there is passion in this room. Like, there are some feuds between some of these guys down there. They want to get this W and flex that trophy. You see all these tweets going up on your screen here, and you know, last year, I mean, we have 4 drops, right? You just have to have one massive game, right? You can be sort of average throughout the first 3. If you go crazy in that game 4, you're coming away with the W, and that is exactly what happened last year.
Yes.
They had a monstrous last game performance and got that win at the very end, and nobody saw it coming. So I'm excited to see them back in action. This team is absolutely insane. We'll see if they can get it back to back.
Indeed. They have Jaff and Sprout on their team, which I believe was from last year as well.
Yes.
Ali, how much do you think that's going to play into a potential back-to-back victory here as well?
Well, you remember when we dropped in, that was like the first time we had ever gone into that map. So now they've had some time to possibly build Cam as a team to play a little bit more together. So I think that's what makes them a really
Everyone in the military has a competitive nature. There's no point being second best. We could go to war. The biggest thing for me, to serve in the Air Force, very much a humanitarian side of things. Afghanistan was probably my proudest moment to see what the military can do. The ability to get our aircraft and troops out there and evacuate those people is just why I've joined the Air Force. I think I probably am a dark horse. I'm a little bit of an introvert at heart, but I'm here to win. We're the current champions, and we're coming back to take what's ours.
game, let me, hop into COD. So the fact